Here's something that surprised me when I reviewed the latest neuroscience research. Speaking two languages doesn't just change what you say, it literally rewires the physical structure of your brain. And that rewiring, it might be one of your best defenses against Alzheimer's disease. Now, I've spent decades working with patients on lifestyle modifications for better health outcomes, and one pattern I've noticed is this. The interventions that seem too simple to work often have the most robust science behind them. Language learning falls squarely into that category. Let me share with you three fascinating findings from recent large-scale brain imaging studies, and I mean genuinely large. We're talking 151 participants in one study, not the usual handful you see in neuroscience research. The first finding: bilingual brains show what researchers call enhanced global efficiency. What does that mean in English? Well, think of your brain as a communication network. In bilinguals, the different regions communicate more efficiently. There's better functional integration across the entire network. This showed up even in people who learned their second language later in life, as long as they used both languages regularly. And the key driver? Strong connections between the cerebellum and what we call association networks. These are the brain regions handling complex thinking, attention, and memory. Particularly interesting was the heightened connectivity along the interhemispheric pathways, both sides of the brain working together more seamlessly. The second finding: timing matters, but not how you might think. Early bilinguals, those who learned a second language before the age of 5, showed the strongest brain organization effects. But here's what's clinically relevant. Even late learners who became highly immersed in their second language showed significant white matter changes. These are the structural highways of the brain, and they demonstrated improved integrity compared to monolinguals. One study put it beautifully. These effects suggest bilingualism can have rapid dynamic effects on white matter structure that may assist in preserving white matter integrity in older age. That's the Alzheimer's connection right there. And the third finding, and this one is crucial, there's evidence of what we call a protracted development in bilingual children. Their language pathways develop more slowly initially, but this extended plasticity period might actually be advantageous in the long term. It's like the brain stays in training mode longer. So here's what this means for you. If you're thinking about cognitive reserve, that buffer against dementia, language learning should be on your radar. Not Sudoku, not brain training apps, actual language acquisition and use. The research suggests it's the active, immersed use of multiple languages that drives these brain changes, not just classroom learning. That means conversation exchanges, consuming media in another language, genuinely using it in daily life. And if you've learned a second language as a child but stopped using it, the evidence suggests you can reactivate these benefits with renewed practice. From an addiction medicine perspective, I've always emphasized that the most sustainable interventions are the ones that enrich life rather than restrict it. Learning a language does exactly that, while potentially protecting your brain's future. If you find this useful, subscribe to MedHeads for more evidence-based health insights.